Hi ladies and gents, Pond here with another video for Rise of Empires, Ice and Fire. Thank you so much for all your previous likes, comments and subscriptions to the channel. If you haven't subscribed already, why not click on that button and ring the bell so you can get notifications whenever I'm dropping content on the channel. And now onto the topic of this video. In this video we are going to be taking the ancient temple on our Eden map. We are in our first season of Eden Conflict, and North faction led by TIA have managed to control the central zone, the central area of the map. We control all 4 gates to the temple, and you can see that many of us from the guild are surrounding the temple now, getting ready to take it at reset, which is going to be in about 15 seconds time. So really fun video for you guys. I just want to kind of show you actually a temple being taken while being part of that guild. It's the first time I've been able to do this, I think, in an Eden season, so I really was keen to bring this to you. Taking the temple, as you can see, we're going to be using banners, of course, and to start you need 8,000 loyalty to be able to hit it initially. And it has 5 million demo power. So basically, if you break it down, if you're using 4 lots of Footman Legion with 736 demo power for each Legion, each hit, and you're using the correct banners, then you are going to need around 85 active players to hit the temple in one go. You can see from the breakdown of my legions, so I've got my main class legion with Avalanche in it, giving me 760 demo power, and then the other 3 legions are Footman legions. I'm a little bit further out from the center. I couldn't get a spot inside, so it's a 45-minute march, 45-second march to the temple for my footmen. Obviously my cavalry will get there much quicker. And I'm anticipating, if we do, we have around over 100 players in the temple zone from the guild. So you should be able to, in theory, take the temple within half an hour. And obviously you're initially only going to have the players hitting the temple with 8,000 loyalty. So actually it might take even closer to 40 minutes, 45 minutes. But yeah, it's really exciting. This is a big moment as well in terms of how the season is going to go, because if we look at the view section for the temple, you can see that not only obviously for our guild occupation value it's going to give us 600 points, but for the faction occupation value, and remember it's all about your faction OV for in conflict, that is giving 800 points, by far the most points you can get from any structure on the map. A normal capital, level 6 capital, is only going to get you 300 points. So a level 4 town is only going to get you 50 points. So taking the capital, taking the ancient temple is really going to put us in a strong position for the rest of the season. Hopefully we can continue to control the temple central zone and have the temple under our possession, and then work around the other capitals and level 4 towns to increase our faction occupation value and hopefully win this season against the South. So it's a really exciting video, really exciting moment for the guild. Obviously, as I said, I've been working with TIA. I'm lucky enough to be one of the lucky 200 people that are in the #1 guild in our faction, TIA. So TIA have been led by Ra and Choco and Venus and Grey Wolf, Pam. They've all been doing a great job this season. To be honest, for me, I'm just a middle of the run member of the faction of the guild. When I'm in TIA, I've just been doing my bits, helping the guild, and I don't have any kind of R4 responsibilities, which is lucky because I've just been so busy with everything else. So you can see that there's I think we have around 25 players who are already at 8,000 loyalty. I reached 8,000 loyalty just earlier today actually, so that was pretty important for me to do that, so that I could help with these initial hits on the temple. That is something that you want to consider before you take the temple. We've actually been in control of this zone for a couple of days now, but we didn't decide to take it. This is actually Thursday morning. I'm recording this 3 o'clock in the morning here in the UK. And we have been in control of this zone for a couple of days. Now, one thing while we're actually watching the video, what I want to show you, which I've talked about previously, is The S1 heroes, so Lionheart, Ironhand, and Pacer, these guys all have their active 7th skill, which is going to increase marching speed by 100%. So I'm actually going to activate that in a minute, and we can see the difference that that's going to give to this 4th lead, or Legion 3, that I've got marching. So this is just another point that I wanted to show about the benefits of holding on to these S1 heroes. So currently, as you've seen, the march time is 45 seconds to the temple, and if we now click on the active skill, and it's now effective for 20 minutes, that's brought the march time down to 30 seconds for that legion, because it's got Iron Hand in. So I can actually just obviously hopefully use up that skill as much as possible, and I might switch if I use up all of the energy stamina in this legion, then I can swap Iron Hand into another legion and still benefit from that quicker marching speed. So you can see we're working our way through the temple. We've already decreased it by 200,000 demo value in the first 4.5 minutes. So this first part is going to be a bit sluggish, just getting just with the 8,000 loyalty members hitting it, and then once the loyalty's dropped, and I'll show you that in a minute, hopefully once we hit that point, then you're going to be able to see the loyalty that's required to hit the temple once it's in damage status. But most players should at this point in the season be able to hit a temple, to be honest. I think it's 5,600 once it's in damage status. So we're just working through here. Quite a lot of players who are European based have got up early to help with the hit. So the alarms were set early. I was actually already up since about 1:30 this morning, because baby Pon needed a feed and a change of nappy. So for those of you who are regular viewers, you know that baby Pon was born 10 days ago. So if I'm looking extra tired today, that's the reason. And I've actually got I've got a big mug of coffee here ready to go for the rest of the video. So I'm just going to have a coffee sip right now. Now, of course, as I've talked about in my video the other day, really taking the temple, taking capitals and level 4 towns, those are the key structures in Eden Conflict. Because those are the structures that are giving you your faction occupation value. For us, we've been in quite generally a collaborative faction as well. So we have all kind of had a common purpose. And as I've said before, it's really important that you do kind of consolidate your power and work together for your faction. That's got to be the main goal. I know it might be difficult to put aside differences if you're playing against people that maybe previously you've had, shall we say, issues with playing in the game, or previous enemies, but the differences between the rewards are quite significant, particularly, and if you think that you can only have 10 guilds that are going to receive any rewards anyway, the top 10 ranked guilds, then it's really in your best interest to just consolidate all power into as few guilds as possible in your faction, and then work together to try and obviously take as many structures as you can that are going to give you that faction occupation value, which is what we've been doing. If we have a quick look at the faction info right now, we're up 300 points over South faction. So we've got 1,250 points to their 950. So it's pretty close at this point. But of course, once we get the 800 points from the temple, that's going to push us ahead. And then kind of the rest of the season, I think we've got 2 and a bit weeks left. The key things about that are going to be just focusing on protecting what you have and getting some more capitals and towns to just keep on boosting our score. So you can see we've taken nearly 400,000 demo off the temple now, and it's been about 8 minutes. So as I was saying, this first kind of section is a bit sluggish. You can see I'm generating 736 demo power from my 3 footmen legions and 760 from the cavalry. Once my cavalry legion stamina has run out, then I will switch avalanche into one of the footmen legions to give me that maximum 1036 demo power. just to give the absolute top amount that I can. If I was closer as well, if I was in this front row like Sky and Grey Wolf are, then I would actually look to just run one legion at a time, hitting the structure with the 1036 demo power to absolutely max the figure that I'm helping contribute towards deducting the power from the structure. If you're right at the front of the queue effectively by the temple, then I think it's only about 10 or 12 second return trip for your footmen, so it's much easier just to even run one legion at a time with that maximum demo value. So that's just something to think about, guys. And also, as I've said before in previous videos, it's a good strategy to have your players with the highest loyalty who are hitting the structure at the start. They should be in these first couple of rings around or rows, whatever you want to call it, around the structure, so that their troops can march quickly to the structure to take that demo power down, so that then the structure becomes damaged, and then everyone else who has the lower loyalty value and can't hit it from the initial period, then they can obviously hit it, and that's just for speed in terms of getting that power down as quickly as possible. You can see, unfortunately, with myself, I just was a little bit further out from the structure than I'd like, because I'm all the way up here, which is really not ideal. And there's a couple of other people as well, I think they're a little further out. Your Cola, oh no, he's not that far out. Maybe I'm actually the furthest person out. Whoa, no, someone's going from really far. Okay. So for us Europeans, depending on when you're going to take the temple, it might be an early start, unfortunately, like you're seeing from myself today. While we're still hitting the temple as well, let's just talk about how my season is going in general. So, like I say, I've just hit 8,000 loyalty. I'm going to now switch over my tiles onto basically the mines and also your logging sites. So I can get the construction materials and then continue to upgrade not only my workshops but also my fortresses. Obviously, getting those workshops upgraded is important so that you can generate as much honor points as possible, which is going to increase your spec points. So I'm close to 92 spec points now, so I'm reasonably happy with that. But when you get into the 90s, it really is quite a grind, I have to say, to get up a level. If we just go back to that, so if you look, nearly 37 million honor points to go up one level now. So that is a real grind. So far I've got my frontline workshop at level 20, the other 3 are at level 12, so I'll have 8 upgrades on each of these 3. Base camps, so I've got base camps 1 and 2 at level 20, they're finished, and then base camp 3 is at level 15, base camp 4 is at level 13. Fortresses, I've been working on them as much as I can. Obviously you want your fortresses to increase because they give you that extra troop might and troop resistance during skirmishes, which is tile battles, which is all important in Eden. That's why you're going to see some players that are rocking over 800% might on those tile battles, because they've got their fortresses maxed. And a lot of super spenders, they just go and purchase the construction material packs on day 1. They get their seasonal challenge leveled up to level 50 on day 1, and you will see over 800% might from players that have also now been working on their T10 tech, because that gives a lot of extra might as well. So it can be tough. I'm on my tiles, I think I'm around 620% at the moment, so I'm gonna hopefully push for these fortresses. As you can see, tile battles, well, for this season, for us, for instance, there were so many elements to our season which have just been about territory. It's all about holding your position, particularly gates. Like, to control this central area, we actually had a 9-hour gate battle. I wish I could have live streamed it or just videoed it for you guys, like loads of people in the Loads of people were talking about that day when we were taking it. Unfortunately, I just don't have the time at the moment to do that kind of thing. But yeah, just you in conflict, each little kind of structure, each location can have a key impact on your season. Controlling the temple zone, the 4 gates of the temple zone, that is going to be for the strategists, for the R5s, the R4s watching this, who haven't started Eden conflict yet. You want to start thinking about how you're going to use the people available to you to control this zone, because it is going to be really key. And as I've said before, troops, train troops is so important. I started the season with around 250 million power. I'm down to 180 million. To be honest, I've been pretty sensible with my attacking. Obviously, you want to be careful when you're attacking tiles or structures, that you're not doing it from too far away, so that you're not losing a lot of your damage capability because of the reduction due to the loss of will. So if you're more than 150 kilometers from a structure or a castle or a tile that you're trying to hit, and you're losing that 70% damage, unless you're a very strong player up against a very weak player, that battle's not going to come off favorably for you. So again, pad location and where you're attacking is all very important in the game. So you can see we've already taken now 700,000 demo value. So actually, I think this is going to probably take us at least 40 minutes to finish the temple, because it's just such a grind at the start with just us 8,000 loyalty players hitting it. I probably could have actually, for the more critical among you, because of the time it's taking, I probably could have gone with using Avalanche in a Footman Legion for a bit more. You can only send. Yeah, I probably would have just gone with actually using Avalanche with a Footman Legion a little bit more, or a little bit earlier, so that I could get more demo value. But now I can switch him in a second, and what I will do is I will switch her into the Iron Hand Legion. So you can see the difference as well that Iron Hand gives to you. So Legion 3 has already had 2 additional trips compared to Legions 1 and 2, because of that additional, that extra reduction in marching speed. So it really is beneficial keeping these S1 heroes, and even just being able to use Lionheart with T1 troops, for instance, to try and take a key tile in a tile battle. He would be the difference for you. So there we go. I've put in Avalanche with Footman. That's giving me 1036 demo power for that Legion now. You can obtain extra demolition power as well, obviously not only through the assault researches in Master Warfare, for those of you that are in earlier stages of the game. Also, if you go to specialization and into blue construction specialization, you can see that if you go blue up here, these nodes or sections give you extra demo value, but it's only 9 demo value per node, and that's 3 points, spec points per section. So yeah, you can gain, I think it's an extra 81 if I remember correctly. Yeah, an extra 81 demo value from filling up that. So if you were really desperate to maximize your demo value before hitting a key structure like the temple, then you could swap your points around, get yourself an extra 81 demo value. You put that on top of a Avalanche with Footman Legion, then what's that? You're looking at 1117 demo value. I think that is the most that you could get from a single hit. So everyone else is patiently waiting. As I say, this is my first season playing with TIA, who are from State 19. I have to say I've been really impressed with them. They are very, very competitive guild. They really want to win. I know they haven't actually lost a single Eden season that they've played. So that just shows how competitive they are. And they are demanding on you in terms of if you're going to be in the guild, then they really expect you to contribute. You have to be contributing at least a couple of thousand points a day in terms of your actions. So and I have to say they have been managing the situation pretty well. Good communication. They've been using everything you'd expect. Banners, the countdowns, everything has been all the kind of options available in the game. They've been utilizing, and we've actually managed to kind of whittle down our opponents in terms of their strength as well. I think probably if you look at the power differences now, we would probably have the most power on the map. We're up against VIP and TUS this season, so big hitters like Armenian, Parata, they're on the opponent's side, and it's definitely been the first 3 or 4 weeks of the season have been really, really competitive, and it is still a very close season, as you can see from the scores. Even when we take the temple now, I'm sure that South Faction are going to be taking some capitals today and trying to keep the score as close as possible. So we're still going to have to be on our toes. We're not taking anything for granted taking the temple today. We know we need to keep this area secure. We know we need to work on taking level 4 towns and other capitals, making sure as well that other guilds in our faction are doing those jobs for us and working together, collaborating together to do that. So Eden is as full as I can tell you. Eden is definitely as full on as ever when you're doing a faction season. Like I say, 9-hour battle for a gate. I know some people lost like 50 million power in that gate battle. So I did a gate battle early in the season where I lost like 30 million power in one go. So there's going to be some points in the season where you're going to have to really take a comfy seat and get a big mug of coffee. That's what I would say. So as I take another sip. So we're getting really close now. We've nearly taken 20% of the demo value off. Just 68,000 points left to go. I've actually already used nearly all of my stamina. But I'm pretty sure as soon as we hit this damage status, then you're going to see an absolute barrage of marching lines hitting this temple. The other thing to consider when you are doing a temple hit, if you want extra help, is that you can, of course, let another guild or from your faction enter the temple zone and tile to the temple. If they have a tile adjacent to the temple, then they can hit the temple with you. And that is going to allow you, obviously, to have way more players available at your disposal to hit the temple. The temple is the most difficult structure that you have to destroy in the game or take over in the game with this 5 million demo value. Obviously, it's 500,000 more than the level 6 capitals because they're 4.5 million. And the fact that it needs 8,000 loyalty just to hit it initially is the main challenge as well. That's why you won't ever see... and obviously you have to wait to get into the temple zone anyway, so you won't ever see temples being taken much earlier than this, unless obviously you're on a quieter map which isn't very competitive. But yeah, generally you're going to need plenty of players that are able to reach that 8,000 demo value in the first place. So we are nearly there. So here we go, at 4 million demo value. You can see that now the ancient temple is into damage mode, and you need 5,600 loyalty to hit it at this point. And as you can see from the marching lines, it's gone absolutely nuts here. So we will be hopefully taking this down much, much quicker now. So that's what it looks like when you look at the marching animations. spot the temple. That's nuts. Of course, I can't keep the marching animations on, otherwise I'll never actually be able to find the temple square to click on it to occupy it. So we'll just take that off again. And you can see immediately we've already, in like literally a minute, we've taken 200,000 off the temple. So this is going to go pretty quick. I think that was literally 1 minute to do 200,000. So we should have this done. That took 24 minutes, about 22, 23 minutes, didn't it, to take 1 million demo power off with, I think, what would be around 25 of us. So now we've got this, got everyone going. It really shouldn't take too long to finish it off. I've still got a reasonable amount of stamina, and you can see my class legion has gained another 5 stamina again. So having, obviously, you have to have the banners, and you're gonna, well, based on this, obviously, unless you have a lot of players, nearly all of your players at 8,000 loyalty, which you're not going to have, you're going to want to prepare to have at least 2 banners, 2 banner castles available to take the temple. So nearly half a million demo in a couple of minutes. Obviously, I'm not going to count the marching lines, but you can see that there is a significant amount of players that are hitting the temple now. Certainly over 100. Thanks for sticking with me as well, guys. I know this is a long video, already up to 27 minutes, but I thought, you know, I think I've done longer videos than this actually hitting capitals in much earlier seasons of Eden, and I think it's always just good to... this is one of the last things I needed to tick off in terms of my to-do list for everything in Eden, actually showing actively taking the temple. So I think I've basically got a video for every structure now, and it's pretty cool finally to be part of a team taking the temple as well. So yeah, I appreciate you guys hanging around and watching the video. Obviously, if you do have any comments or questions about like the strategy, or you think, you know, you might have a better way or idea of doing it apart from the like ideas that I've discussed in the video, then please do pop it in the comment section below. It's always good to see everyone kind of discussing strategy in the game, and obviously, as we all know, it is a very complicated game, so everyone's input is always welcome, of course. So you can see Marshall's just talking about adding a new banner, so you just want to be coordinated in terms of making sure you do have that banner ready to go. Even though we still have a couple of minutes left on this banner, so it's not critical, to be honest with you. Let's just get some more legions marching. And of course, for you newbies to the game, you can see that I'm clicking on the automatic deployment. So when you're hitting the structure, there will still be structure guardians there, and you will lose a few troops depending on the strength of your legion and whether you have healing heroes in your legions as well. Will kind of impact on how many troops you lose for each hit of the structure. So you can see that I have lost a bit of power while hitting the temple, and obviously the temple does have some really strong guardians, but just hitting that automatic deployment button will automatically refill your legions so that you can send them out straight away without having to manually send them. So I'm sure nearly everyone watching this video knows that by now if you're into Eden. Quite a few griffins there. I can't see a red griffin. I'm not sure. The red griffin is the level 50 marching skin for this season's seasonal challenge. Maybe no one in the guild has unlocked level 50. I know Armenian from VIP has it, because we've been watching him all season attacking us with it. So this is going really nicely now. You can see what, in the space of 6 or 7 minutes, we've already done 1.3 million demo. So I would say, yeah, we're definitely going to take this structure in the next probably 12 minutes. So that's, what's that? It's going to be about 40 minutes, 42 minutes to take the capital. I think that's reasonably good going. I'd be interested to hear if anyone's guild has taken it quicker than that. It is possible, of course. Like, you could have, as I've talked about before, one of the key elements is having more players at 8,000 loyalty to take that initial 1 million demo value off the capital. But then also it can be, of course, the number of players that you have in that in the temple zone, so that you can just take that demo value down as quickly as possible. If you can take it in half an hour, I think that would be really good going, to be honest. And I've nearly used up all of the demo, all of the stamina in my legions. Actually, I think I will have some stamina potion knocking around, so I can probably add that. You can see I'm currently ranked 30 in the influence rankings. Again, a lot of my tiles are level 16s now. I haven't swapped them all over yet. I'm hopefully going to have time to do that later today. But we'll just have to see, because it's going to be a busy day. So the second banner's been placed. And we've got another 30 minutes of defender recovery. Of course, you've got to remember as well that if you don't take the structure, any structure in Eden, within an hour, then it does recover 20%. I think it's 20% of its demolition value. So you always need to be wary of that. And obviously, when you're dealing with such a high demo value for the ancient temple, then you really want to make sure that you do have enough players available to hit the structure, so you can take it within an hour. So that's just a key consideration for you guys watching as well. Ooh, is there a stamina banner? There we go. Okay, so that was a small mistake. The stamina banner wasn't replaced immediately. It was only the demo value banner which was. So I did actually use 10 stamina on a couple of marches there. So I've lost a couple of... That's going to mean I'm going to miss out on a couple of hits, annoyingly. But it's just one of those things. Down to 2 million now. So yeah, it's taken pretty much 10 minutes to do 2 million. Demo, I'm going to be out of stamina in Legion 3. So I will just rotate, I will rotate Avalanche through the Legions just to get that extra few 300 demo value for each march. A little bit tedious for you guys watching, but it's what I would do. It is what I would do if I wasn't recording a video. So I think it's only fair to actually do what I'm play as how I would normally play while I'm doing a video, right? Let's go back to the Legions. 19 minutes. Quite a lot of checkpoints and things being taken as well. VIP and Tushies just took another checkpoint. I think that's the second or third. So they're obviously wanting to consolidate their zones, or maybe taking some other gates while we're obviously distracted taking the temple. So that's obviously probably a consideration. I think most guilds these days will have spotters or scouts who primarily are just checking out what the other faction is doing, particularly in conflict. It's really, really important to do that. Again, because each kind of structure, its strategic importance is kind of amplified because of how conflict works. So we can see I've just popped in Avalanche there to increase the demo value for this Legion for a couple of hits. And the poor emulator is, there's so much going on. The emulator is struggling a little bit now. Show you a little bit more carnage as I just take a sip of coffee. And Shark just got Scarlet Reaver. So Shark must be doing some recruitment while also hitting the temple. Let's have a look. Actually, we must have some recruitment banners as well. We didn't have any last week. It is Thursday. Oh no. Doesn't look like it. Oh, let's just turn off the marching icon. So only 1.2 million demo value left now, so we're nearly there. As you can see, we have had a really good turnout from the guild. I think we've got... I'm pretty sure we do have 200. Oh no, 191. We don't actually have 200. I'm sure we'll be filling those last 9 spaces by the end of the season anyway. And like I say, they are strict in TIA. If you're not active and contributing, then you will get kicked. So what is the faction score of? Oh, it's still 1250, 950. Ooh. So we're up to 38 minutes on the video now. For those of you that have watched this in real time, well done for sticking around. We are now in the last 20% of the capital. As you can see, 910,000 demo value left. I've only got 2 hits left with the stamina that I have available as well. So I think I've pretty much used this as best I could to maximize the amount of demo value that I'm doing. Obviously, you want to try, everyone wants to be in that top 10, but almost certainly it will be those players that are in the first couple of rows. It's just so much easier for them. Avalanche, there we go. I really like this Datch, Skander, and then Bleeding Steed Footman combo. Oh, I didn't spot the mistake. I didn't auto deploy before clicking March. Oh, actually, let's just I'm just going to be really pedantic now and use a recall. Why did I do that? You can tell it's 20 to 4 in the morning, people, because I've just recalled a Legion. I don't have enough stamina to send them again. But actually, I can send them again because we will go and add some energy. So, you know, you can go to your training grounds, and then if you click on repair, then you've got the blue crystals, and that will give you extra energy. So the more crystals you can use up to 40 in one go, and the more times that you use them, the higher the value becomes. So you can see it was 10, then 20, now it's 40. So I have actually recovered some, and each time you use some, it will give you 10 extra energy or stamina for your legions. So that can, if you need a few extra hits, that is one way of obtaining more hits or more energy for your legions. I'm not sure I've ever showed that in a video before, actually. Now I've lost a bit of time. Wow, we're already down to 420,000. I better get this legion going. Right, there we go. Automatic deployment and march. There we go. Wow, 300 and we are taking some serious amounts of I'm not even sure. I might not even get these 2 hits off, you know. I can put someone into here. This Steve, there he is. Another 100,000 gone. Madness. Yeah, so we're just literally we're in the last minute of taking the temple, guys. You can see the demo value is plummeting by the second. I'm not even sure that last march is going to reach it in time. And it has taken us about 40 minutes, 41 minutes to take the temple. So that's pretty good going. I think that's pretty standard. Oh, I will just about get that last march in. So it was worth sending them. 27,000 left. 13,000. 3,000. There it is. Awesome. TIA successfully occupied Ancient Temple level 7. Awesome. Awesome job. And let's just see who got in the top 10. So Wings with 94,459, Grey Wolf 93,188, Triggerman 90,000, Guru, Shark, Woolly Fox, STZ, Penguin, Rallo, and Tawny. Rallo is a earned member, so well done, Rallo. He was front row as well. Nodulus, Marshall, Bracknell, Sky, Lady Victoria, Vods, and then me. There I am, LordOfPondtail. I did 70,000, so I was quite. Yeah, if I'd been on that front row, I could have used my just one legion at a time. All of these guys that have done 80,000 plus, they would have been just using one legion at a time. Ranked 17th, that's not bad. So you can see a lot of people, so many people joined. And I'll pick up my 3,000 honor coins. So 3,000 honor coins. I'll definitely take that. And also then if we go to Reign of Chaos and we go to faction info, there we go. So our faction occupation value has jumped up to 2,050 now. So we do have a nice 1,100 point buffer against South faction. And obviously we're going to go and look at taking other capitals and then work our way down to level 4 towns. Still, VIP and Tushies are ranked 1 for the South. So they're on 755 points, but you can see we're on 850 points now in the North, and T51 and DIC, so DIC on my alliance from 55, they are on 540 points, WFS on 290 points. So you can see we've got 8 guilds contributing to our score in the north as well. Hopefully these guys are going to be able to take some level 4, sorry, definitely 3:45 in the morning here. They can take some level 4 towns perhaps and increase our faction occupation value even more. So we're in a really good position now, guys, for the last couple of weeks of the season. You can see 17 days, 23 hours until tally. We're going to be doing our utmost to obviously hold on to what we have and work on increasing our faction occupation value. Thank you for watching the whole of this video. I know it's been 45 minutes, quite a long slog. I hope you've enjoyed it. I've really enjoyed making it and being part of taking a temple for the first time. Ranked 17th out of like over 100. I'm pretty happy with that. So yeah, just if you've enjoyed the video, then please do click on the like button down below, and I would be really interested in your comments. What do you think? If you're already playing, what do you think about Eden factions? If you're coming up to Eden or you've played Eden, what are your strategies for taking temples? I'm sure new players will be interested to hear the best ways to take the temples. Obviously I've talked about it a little bit in this video, and if you could please share this video and my channel in your alliance chat, province chat, and through line, WhatsApp, Viber, Discord, whatever you use to communicate with your fellow players in the game, that would be very much appreciated. For those spenders out there, don't forget to check out Huawei AppGallery for some of their great coupon offers and cashback offers. Check out their Discord as well for more information from them about that. That's it for now. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you soon.